evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike M speaking. We are going to read you a story called Micawber.
Micawber. It's about a squirrel.
Narrated by John Lithgow.
Yep.
Includes CD of John Lithgow reading the text.
This is a squirrel who lives in Central Park in New York City.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Do you have the video on there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hold it this way.
Okay.
Okay, Micawber by John Lithgow, illustrated by C.F. Payne.
Central front pane, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. This is Central Park, New York City. See the tall buildings?
That's in United States.
Yes. You know where New York City is. One Sunday in springtime, Micawber arose from his Central Park carousel nest. He straightened his whiskers and polished his nose, and set off for the place he loved best. He scampered past pigeons and poodles and geese, past boathouse and bandshell and zoo, past joggers and skaters and mounted police, to a palace on Fifth Avenue.
See, those two people are running.
They're running.
Kind of like the pacer
and
test.
And there's Micawber right there.
Yeah, just like the pacer run.
Yes. For inside was a splendid collection of art, a sight for a squirrel to treasure, a feast every week for his eyes and his heart, which Micawber could savor at leisure. This is called the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Right.
Through the windows he'd gaze at Van Dyck and Van Gogh, appraise every Rembrandt and Titian. He would scrutinize Rubens, peruse each Rousseau, inspect each Lautrec and Cassatt and Miro. He would find a new favorite each time he would go, and nobody charged him admission. Where's the squirrel? Do you see where he is?
Up on the ceiling.
Yes. But a stranger appeared this particular day as Micawber peered down through a skylight. She stood at an easel beneath a Monet that depicted a haystack at twilight.
All right.
Micawber observed her for hours on end as she copied each texture and shade. He noted the stroke of each brush she'd extend, the rare concentration and care she'd expend. She'd become his unwitting and unknowing friend by the time the day started to fade. So he hid in the box where her paints were all stowed while she bicycled home unawares. Then he sneaked himself into her modest abode as she hauled her equipment upstairs. He hid in her box, see?
Yeah, it was about to break.
She doesn't even know he's there.
Yeah, bankrupt.
From the box, after midnight, the stowaway crept, stretched his limbs and adjusted his eyes. And while his beguiler contentedly slept, he rifled through all her supplies. Micawber's dull life, with its tedious toils, all at once seemed 100 times duller. As he straddled a palette and squeezed out some oils and discovered the wonders of color. Look at all the paints.
Yeah, nice paints.
He daubed at a canvas with cadmium green, employing his tail as a brush. Then magenta, vermilion, ultramarine, alizarin crimson, and bright tangerine. Such a radiant rainbow he never had seen, so splashy and lavish and lush. He's enjoying himself. By morning, Micawber was finally done, and so proud that he practically fainted. He'd been looking at paintings from day number 1, but never a painting he'd painted. As the sunlight poured in, he was ready to go, leaving everything just as he'd found it. Through the transom he scrambled, his canvas in tow, rolled up with a shoelace tied round it. She's wondering where her shoelace went.
Right.
A truck trundled by as Micawber alit. On the side it said Park Sanitation. He bounded aboard it, ignoring the grit, and completed his peregrination. It's hard to turn, the pages are so thick. He returned 30 times by the following fall, and the paintings poured forth like a geyser. He fastened them all to his living room wall, and the woman was never the wiser.
All right.
So if some July you should chance to pass by a Viridian Central Park dale, look around for a squirrel with a gleam in his eye and some paint on the tip of his tail. Beautiful artwork in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And if you should visit the old carousel, look up at its uppermost part. Inside, although nobody ever could tell, a talented squirrel continues to dwell. If you try, you can picture it clear as a bell. Is that the end?
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Micawber's Museum of Art. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love this book.
Oh, yeah.
He's a painter.
That's right.
And he lives over the carousel in Central Park.
All right.
The end.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay. Now we will see you in the next video, which is the CD.
The CD.
Yeah. And stay tuned for final results. Bye.